If you're looking for a gentle upper body stretch routine, then this video is perfect for you. If you don't know who I am, my name is Harlow and I'm the Over-Fifties specialist physio here at HT Physio in Farnham. And today I'm going to be bringing you a 10-minute gentle upper body stretch routine. Now the exercises I've chosen for today's video are incredibly gentle. They're perfect for people over the age of 65. But that being said, they're not going to be suitable for everyone. Definitely avoid the exercises if they cause you pain. Definitely don't do them against the advice of your doctor. And if there's any other reason you shouldn't do them, then please avoid the ones that are going to cause you harm. Anyway, now that's been said, let's have a look at the stretches. So here is a gentle 10-minute stretch routine for the upper body. We're going to start at the top of the body and work our way slowly down. By the end of this program, you should have more flexibility in your neck, in your shoulders, and in your mid-back as well. And throughout these stretches, we just want to make sure we're concentrating on our breathing. We're breathing smoothly throughout. We're not straining, we're not holding our breath, and we should get more benefit as a result. So this program can either be done all together or you can split the stretches up and do them broken up throughout the day. It's nice to do it all in a 10-minute segment, but the research shows that breaking these stretches up and doing them throughout the day might actually be more effective. So either way is good. Do what works best for you and hopefully it will improve your mobility as a result. So let's start right at the top, and the first thing we're going to do is a neck stretch. So we're going to sit up nice and tall in the chair like this, and we're just going to gently drop our chin down to our chest in front of us. So going straight down just until we start to feel a bit of a restriction at the back of the neck. So this stretch here stretches the neck extensors, which are the muscles at the back of the neck. We're just going to take a hand over the top of our head and gently pull the head down and forward. Not enough to get to a 10 out of 10 pain. We probably just want a 3 out of 10 discomfort, and the head should be supported and in a controlled position. We shouldn't be yanking it down, and the hand really is to just support it. And if we're doing this correctly, you should feel a stretch coming down both sides of the spine, probably all the way down into your mid-back as well, because that's your trapezius muscle, which goes all the way down the center of the spine. So again, we're going to come down like this. And the hold for all of these stretches is 30 seconds. So we're going to hold this stretch for 30 seconds and then come back to the center. Now we're going to move on to the side of the neck, and these are the scalene muscles as well as your trapezius and your levator scapulae, which is behind the shoulder blade there. So what we're going to do again is sit up nice and tall. This time you're just going to take one ear down to your shoulder like this, just until you feel a bit of a restriction here. Then the hand of the same side is going to come over the top and just ever so slightly increase that stretch. And when you feel the stretch there, again, just going to hold for 30 seconds. We're not going to take it to anything beyond a 3 out of 10. You might only get to here. That's absolutely fine. It really doesn't matter how far you go. We just want to take it to the point where we get the stretch down here like that. So 30 seconds on that side. Then you're going to come back up like this. We're going to drop down the other way. We're going to do 30 seconds here. So right down until you feel the restriction. Same hand comes over the top and just gently increases that stretch. Again, holding there for 30 seconds as well. And if you want a different stretch, or if you felt that instead of getting a stretch here, you were getting pain here when you did it, it's probably not the right stretch for you. So here's an alternative. So what you can do instead is sit up tall, turn the head about 45 degrees to one way, and then drop the chin down to the chest instead. And then instead of pulling down to the side, again, we're going to come over the top and pull down and forward. And this just takes the stress off the facet joints, but it now means you're going to be stretching more of the levator scapulae, which is an important neck muscle, without aggravating the joints. So if the first or the second stretch for you was difficult, try this one instead. Again, 30 seconds is good. Going to go 45 degrees the other way. Just drop the chin down like this. Now, if you're doing these neck stretches and you start to feel pins and needles or numbness anywhere, just stop the stretch or ease it off, because that means you're just putting a nerve in a position it doesn't like. So we don't want pins and needles or numbness. Just a stretching sensation is good. And again, holding it gently for 30 seconds. So now we've done the neck, we're going to move down to the shoulders and we're going to stretch the deltoids, which are the muscles around the shoulders, the bigger muscles that you can see through someone's t-shirt. So what we're going to do here is stretch the posterior deltoids. We're going to take one arm out in front of us like this with the thumb facing upwards. We're going to bring the arm across the body here. The other arm is going to come over and across the tricep. We're just going to gently pull that arm in towards us like this. And if we're doing this correctly, we should feel a stretch at the back of the shoulder there. And you're just going to hold it again nice and gently for 30 seconds. Try not to let that shoulder rise up too much to the ear. You want to keep the shoulder down and relaxed if we can. And it's a nice gentle 30-second hold, making sure to keep breathing throughout the movement. I'll show you on the other side. So for this one, we're going to bring this arm up like this, thumb facing upwards. Bring the arm across the body just until you feel restriction. The other arm is going to come across like this, just wrap around and hug the arm towards the chest. And again, you can see here for this one, my shoulder mobility is a bit better on my left side. That's because my right has historically always suffered with stiffness after an injury. And I can quite easily hug this shoulder in towards my chest. But because I felt the restriction on this side more, it means I probably need to do more work on this side. You will find the same thing. So you'll find that one side is stiffer than the other. And that basically just gives you the side to work on. Okay, so that will give you the area that will be more important for you to pay attention to. So now we're going to move on to the next stretch and we're going to come down slightly again to the front of the body to the chest. And the pecs are muscles that make up the bulk of your chest. And as we live life, what many people do is they end up quite curled and hunched, which means the pecs get very tight. And this is a lovely exercise to stretch them. So it's called the chest opener. What we're going to do is sit up tall. You're going to take two hands behind your head. You're going to clasp your hands at the back of your head like this. Keep your neck nice and relaxed. And with your elbows, you're just going to try and open them up and really push the chest forward and out as you're trying to bring your elbows out as well. So we're trying to open that chest up with our hands behind our back. Now this is a lovely exercise to just breathe into. You'll find that the more you breathe into it, the more room you'll get in your chest. Everything will open up. And you'll find that this exercise is actually great for people who suffer with breathing problems because it opens up the areas that tend to have been closed up that are restricting their breathing. So it's a great exercise for people who are short of breath. And again, 30 seconds here. You'll feel stretching all around the front here. That's great. And you only need to do it once or twice to get a nice benefit of a better open chest and better posture too. Now we're going to move backwards and we're going to stretch the muscles between the shoulder blades, which are called the rhomboid muscles. They live just between the shoulder blades and they attach to the spine. So what we're going to do here is take two hands, clasp them again, this time in front of you, and we're going to try and push your hands away from you as we round the shoulders and drop the head. So imagine that you're holding onto a lamppost and you're trying to pull the lamppost out of the ground by leaning backwards. Okay, so the hands have to be pushed away and the shoulders have to be sagging backwards, and you want your shoulder blades to split apart as you do this. And as they split apart, you should feel a nice stretch between the shoulder blades. And this is a lovely way to stretch the rhomboids. It's a brilliant exercise for people who sit all day and they tend to get a bit tight or disconnected to that area. And it's good for people who have pain in the mid-back. So I'd hold that again for 30 seconds and then move on to our final stretch of the day. And this is your thoracic spine stretch. Now, what we tend to do day to day is we spend a lot of time just doing things in front of us. We don't do much turning or twisting, which means we lose the ability to rotate. But we can get our rotation back using a chair very easily. So what we're going to do for this is sit up nice and tall. You're going to take your left hand and you're going to put it on your right thigh. You're going to take your right hand behind the chair if you can. You're just going to use your knee and the chair to slowly turn yourself towards the right side until you feel a stretch in your mid-back. Now you want to keep your neck neutral. You don't want to be looking over your shoulder too much like this. The neck should be nice and neutral. And I can feel a stretch coming up this side of my thoracic spine as well as up into this shoulder as well. And that's a really nice stretch just to improve my rotation. And I'm going to come back to neutral, and this time we'll go the other way, so it's right hand on left knee. Take your left hand behind you if you can, just to help yourself with the chair, and then just gently help your body to rotate in one direction. Again, keeping the neck nice and neutral. The stretch should be happening in the mid spine or in the mid back. That's a really nice stretch, again, for people who sit a lot or for people who end up turning in one direction, they don't go the other way. If you stretch the other way, you'll find you'll get relief, and it should improve your mobility too. So that's my gentle 10-minute upper body stretch routine. I hope that video has been useful. If it has, please do drop a comment below and let me know how you got on. And if you want to get more from me, you can pick up a copy of my book. It's called Thriving Beyond 50, and you can find it on Amazon using the link below. There's loads more stretches and exercises and ways to mobilize your body in this book. So grab it using the link below. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time in watching these videos, and I'll see you on the next one.